Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about the subconscious mind and where it all starts. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do that. Hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to talk about. If there's a subject out there that you want to dive into, let me know what that is. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about the subconscious mind. What we're really going to talk about is if you're in your life and things aren't going the way you want them to, there's a reason. And that's the subconscious mind. Okay, here's the science behind it. From 0 to about 7, everything I read is either between 5 and 7 is when the subconscious, or when the conscious mind begins. Okay, so from 0 to 7, we have no conscious mind. We have a subconscious mind, and everything around us, in other words, parents, grandparents, whoever we spend our time with, that's what's getting imprinted into our subconscious mind. So, just a couple of instances. If someone lives in public housing and is on welfare, that's what they see. Those are the surroundings, and that's why we have so many people that stay in that lifestyle. The opposite side of the coin is those kids that grow up in a rich household tend to go on and be rich, right? Because that's what was imprinted in their subconscious mind. Those guys, and this channel is for men, obviously, teaching men that have never learned, like myself, I'm the worst. So that's why I've been called to teach this, I believe. Those guys that are kind of natural with women, you know who I'm talking about. That all got imprinted when they were little. You know, they had older brothers that were good with women, or dads that were good with women, or they had something that was there that kind of got imprinted in the subconscious mind. Now, here's the other part of this. The subconscious mind, I'm going to try to explain this where most people can understand it. The subconscious mind is the habit mind. I follow a guy named Bruce Lipton, and he really has, he spent most of his life, 40 years, studying the conscious and the subconscious mind. Okay? The subconscious mind is like when you're driving and you go around a corner, you turn onto another street. If you let go of the wheel, the car kind of goes back to center, right? And that's the subconscious mind. It's the habit mind. It brings you back to center. The conscious mind is when we're turning. The conscious mind is the creative mind. It's the mind that you have to do something. You have to put focus in. The subconscious mind is operating in the background. Okay, it's operating whether we're thinking about something or not. So, I'll give you an example. In my life, I went through most of my life, almost all of my life, thinking I don't have money for that. I'd look at tires on my car, or I'd look at a stove that needs to be replaced and think, I don't have money for that. I don't have money for that. I don't have money for that. That was all come from the subconscious mind. We live in the greatest country that's ever existed. Money is everywhere. Opportunity is everywhere. Why didn't I go do something? Because I kept saying to myself over and over and over, I don't have money for that. Well, I could have changed it, but I didn't know how to change it. I didn't know this was occurring until I started digging into all of the things that, get a man to be what a man should be. Everything that all of us are capable of being, there's things that hold us back that we don't realize hold us back. It's the subconscious mind. So, in the area of women, let's use this one for an example. In the area of women, if you've never been taught, then it started from 0 to 7. Somewhere in there is when all that got imprinted. And then you've lived the rest of your life not knowing how to treat women, how they react to things, how to attract them if you're in the dating world. None of those things you were taught. If you didn't see them, young, subconsciously, if you didn't see them, were not taught them, there's no way you can know them. Unless you're around someone that just says, hey, I'm taking you under my wing, I'm going to teach you this stuff. You're not going to know. Okay? Same with earning money. If you don't know how to earn money, if you don't know how to earn a lot of money, get around people that do earn a lot of money. It'll change your perspective. But how do you even know to do those things if you've been programmed to whatever? Whether you grew up in public housing, whether you grew up in the middle class, it doesn't matter. If you weren't born into a rich family, how would you know if that's something you're interested in? I'm not saying that everybody watching this is interested in being rich. Most of us are. But if you're not, I'm saying, there's other things out there that you probably do want to change that have been affected by your subconscious programming. So, how do we change the programming? This is really, really important. How do we change the programming? It has to become an obsession. Whatever that area of your life is that you want to change has to become an obsession. So if you want to, let's say, okay, you are a guy in his 30s. You've never dated hot women and you're like, I want to date some hot women. Number one, you have to decide that's what I'm going to do. That's what I deserve. No matter what else, you have to decide that's what I'm going to do. Maybe it requires you studying the subject. Maybe it requires you getting on a diet and losing some weight so you build your confidence. Confidence always improves your chances. Because what do women look for? You go on any dating site, you'll see what they say. I'm looking for a confident man that has goals, that is in good shape, that's handsome, whatever. They're not looking for the handsome near as much as they are the confidence. Confidence is number one. All of that other stuff is a byproduct of the confidence. Okay? So how do you become confident? You do those things that will build your confidence. So back to the subconscious mind. We're pre-programmed. In my case, I'm 51. I was programmed with this, I don't have money for that, I don't have money for that. So for 33 years I've been out of high school. This is how I've lived. How do I change it? It has to become an obsession. It has to become, I'm going to get out of this situation. Okay? You study anybody that has wealth, and they will tell you it has become an obsession. Not like a sick obsession, but like that's their focus each day. Each day that's their focus. How do I get that next thing? Right? How do I take my business to the next level? If my business isn't doing it, what else can I do? What am I passionate about? Where can I go with my life that will give me the monetary success that I'm looking for? Right? So this is where it all starts for us as men, is recognizing that if we're not where we want to be in whichever of those areas we're talking about, it started from 0 to 7. And the only way to fix it is to become aware. And then when I say obsession, you know what I mean. Not like sick obsession, but like this is my focus. Okay? So if I'm going to change the direction I'm going, I got to hang on to the wheel and I got to be conscious about this is where I'm going. And slowly over time, you will change that programming that's in your subconscious mind. And you will go from, I don't have money for that, to, hey, things are better. I can see improvement. And then you get excited about, I made some more money. I made some more money. I can afford that. I can do the next thing. I can see a vision for my future. It all starts with you recognizing that your programming isn't what you want to be, but your programming keeps bringing you back to that center, right? So the subconscious mind is our habit mind. It's also a kind of a protection part of our mind. So what the subconscious mind does is it works in the background, keeping you straight. Well, if it's keeping you on a path you don't want to be on anymore, then you have to consciously change it. And if you look up Bruce Lipton, I'm not making any money from Bruce Lipton, don't misunderstand. But if you look up some of his stuff, he will explain in detail the science behind the subconscious mind. And it all goes to our reticular activating system, which is a part of the brain that kind of keeps us on track. And the reticular activating system in your brain is that, I'll give you an example. The other day I looked at a white truck of a certain type. The reticular activating system in my brain started to point out it's a filter. It filters out all the other stuff except for what we're looking for. So I look at this particular kind of white truck. All of a sudden, oh my gosh, it's every third truck is a white truck just like that. I never noticed them before. That's the reticular activating system in our brain. So when you start focusing on that next, whatever it is, that area of your life that you want to go to, see, that's where things start changing. That's where you say, this is where I want to go. And so then it'll come up on your Facebook page and it'll come up on your Instagram feed. You know, you think, well, I want to change jobs or I want to start a business, and you'll start seeing those things, right? That's how that works. So, number one, recognize that where you are today is a result of the programming you got from 0 to 7. Those things are not your fault. Okay? Once you recognize where you are and that it's not your fault, from then on it's your fault. If you don't make, take steps toward where you want to go. If you keep going down that path, now it's your fault. Before that, it was not your fault. I hope that makes sense. So I want everybody to understand that a lot of us, majority of us in our life, are where we are because of this thing called the subconscious mind. And the only way to make things different is to consciously change the direction we want to go. Consciously. I made another video about pushing yourself. When we become adults, we don't get where we want to go if we don't push ourselves. And I'm not talking about working 24 hours a day or even, working 16 hours a day. But just like making these videos, I have to decide I'm going to do this. I get up in the morning and say, okay, I need to make 2 videos today so that I have something to release for this week. You got to do it. It's the only way I'm going to get this channel to be where I want it to be. So with that, I hope you guys have a great day. Again, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.